In this chapter, we're looking at matrices, and in this video, I'm just going to give you an introduction so that you know what a matrix actually is. In its simplest possible form, a matrix is simply an array of numbers arranged in some kind of grid pattern. So this is a matrix. Here's another matrix. This is called a 3 by 3 matrix. Here's another one, so they don't need to be square. They can be wider than they are tall. Okay, so that's at a very basic level what a matrix is. It's just any array of numbers. Okay, but what's the point of a matrix and what does it actually do? Well, let's investigate. So these things called matrices, they act on vectors or points. You could think about this 1, 2 as either being the vector 1, 2, or as the point, right, with coordinates 1, 2. So this matrix here acts on it, which means it does something to it. Now, this is maybe not a concept you've maybe thought about too much before, but if you think about it, functions act on numbers. If you have a function like 2x plus 1, it takes a number as an input and it does something to it. So if you put, let's just do this explicitly, if you have a function f of x equals 2x plus 1 and you put the number 5 into it, well, f of 5, the function f acts on 5 and it takes that number 5 to, well, 2 times 5 is 10, takes it to 11. So functions do things to numbers. They take them and they take them somewhere else. Well, matrices act on vectors or coordinates. You can think about it either way. And there's a specific way in which they do it. And I'll teach you that now. And by doing so, we'll kind of figure out what these matrices are actually doing. So how does this little square matrix 1, minus 1, 2, 1 act on the position or the vector 1, 2? Well, the rule for how we act on a point or a vector by a matrix is as follows. We take this number and multiply it by this number, 1. So 1 times 1 is 1, and then we move along here and down here. So we next do minus 1 times 2. So that's minus 2, and we combine those here. So that's minus 1. Don't worry, I'll fill in the gap down here. And then on the next line down, we move down a row and we repeat the same thing. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus, and we move along here and we move down 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. So what we can say is that this matrix takes the point 1, 2, let's put that here, and it maps it to the point minus 1, 4. So let's put these in a different colour. Minus 1, 4. So the black points, the original ones, the blue ones are where it gets mapped to. So that 1, 2 point is like the 5 that we put into the function, and this minus 1, 4 is like the 11 that we get out. So the matrix has moved this point here up to here. Okay, let's just stick with the very same matrix, but see what it does to the point 0, 1. So we multiply across the top row and down through the point. So 1 times 0 plus minus 1 times 1. So that gives us a new x value of minus 1, and it's 2 times 0 plus 1 times 1. And our new y value is therefore 1. And so what we have is the point 0, 1, which is this point here, gets mapped to the point minus 1, 1. Okay, so this point got mapped to here, this point got mapped to here. Okay, let's do this last one. So 1 minus 1, 2, 1, multiplied by the point minus 1, 3. So the point minus 1, 3 is the point here. Let's see where that gets mapped to. So we do 1 times -1 plus -1 times 3. That's our new y value, which is going to be -4, our new x value, which is -4. And then 2 times -1 plus 1 times 3. And so our new y value is 1. So the point -1, 3 gets mapped to the point -4, 1. So that's about here. Okay, so that's what this matrix is doing. So just to try to keep track of these, this point here, the point 1, 2, got mapped up here. This point got mapped here, and this point got mapped over here. Now, a natural question to ask is, well, I can see what it's done to those 3 points, but is there a way to visualize what it's done to every point? Because it seems to be acting on 2D space. And the answer is yes, there is. So let me show you. So over here, I have a rather cute little picture of a cat. So what our matrix was doing, it was stretching everything up like this and stretching everything over like this. And there's that matrix. And so this is what, if you want an answer to what this matrix has done, it has stretched the plane. So it's rotated it around and stretched it. And so a little picture of a cat that did look like this now looks like this. So that is one way of understanding what that little matrix has actually done. Now, don't worry, we will come back to visualizing all of the transformations in much more detail later on in the chapter once we really know how to work with matrices. This video is just all about getting your head around what a matrix actually is. So let's have a look at another example. Let's try to work out what the matrix 2, 0, 0, 1 does, and we'll do that by exploring what it does to a few points. So remember, we multiply across the top row and down the point. So 2 times 1 plus 0 times 2, that's our new x value. And then 0 times 1 plus 1 times 2. So 0 times 1 plus 1 times 2. So this takes the point 1, 2 and takes it to the point 2, 2. So 1, 2 gets mapped to the point 2, 2. Okay, and if you think you understand how I'm multiplying these out, definitely pause the video and try these for yourself. So this one, we do 2 times 0 plus 0 times 1. So that's just 0 plus 0. And then 0 times 0 plus 1 times 1. And our new point is therefore 0, 1. That's the same as it was before. So 0, 1 stays exactly where it is. So that one I can just sort of do a mark right on top of it. So that, by the way, and this is a concept we'll come back to later on, is called an invariant point. It was left alone by this matrix. Next one, 2 times -1 plus 0 times 3. So it gives us a new x coordinate of -2, and then 0 times -1 plus 1 times 3. And so the point -1, 3 goes to the point -2, 3. And so when we see something like this, maybe we have a sense of what's actually happening here. If we look at what's happened to each of these points, this point got pulled out to there, this point got pulled out to there, and this point got left alone. It seems that what this matrix is doing is stretching everything out. Let's go back to our cat and have a look. And it's right, because look, if I pull this out, I get 2, 0, 1, 0. So yes, it really has stretched everything out by a factor of 2. So what we can see is we can actually represent some standard transformations like stretches as matrices, which is interesting. Okay, let's explore this one now. So again, if you think you've understood what's going on here, have a go at expanding these or applying this matrix to these points. So 0 times 1 plus minus 1 times 2 gives us a new x value of minus 2. And then 1 times 1 plus 0 times 2 and a new y value of 1. So the point 1, 2 got mapped to the point minus 2, 1. So minus 2, 1. Okay, let's try on a different one. So 0 times 0 is 0. Minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. 1 times 0 plus 0 times 1, that's 0 plus 0. And so we've ended up with the point minus 1, 0. So the point 0, 1, which was here, got mapped to the point minus 1, 0, which is here. Okay, let's do our last point. So 0 times minus 1 is 0. Minus 1 times 3 is minus 3. So new x value of minus 3. 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. 0 times 3 is 0. And we've got the point minus 3 at minus 1. So the point minus 1, 3, which was up here, got mapped to the point minus 3, 1. Minus 3, minus 1, which is here. So it's not that easy to see what's happened here, but maybe with a bit of scrutiny, you can tell that what's actually happened in this case is a rotation. That point got rotated to here. This one got rotated round to here. This one got rotated round to here. So matrices can be rotations as well. Let's look at one more example. So definitely pause and try this one for yourself. Now, 1 times 1 is 1 and 0 times 2 is 0, giving us a new x value of 1. And then 0 times 1 is 0, plus 1 times 2 is 2. Well, that just left this point alone. So that was an invariant point. How about this? 1 times 0 is 0, and 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. So that was also an invariant point. This last one, 1 times minus 1 is minus 1. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times minus 1 is 0, and 1 times 3 is 3. Indeed, they are all invariant points. In fact, we could prove this by just saying take the vector 1, 0, 0, 1 and multiply it by some random point x, y. What do you get? You get 1 times x is x, and 0 times y is 0. 0 times x is 0, 1 times y is y. So this matrix here is what's referred to as the identity matrix. It's the matrix that just does nothing. It's like a function f of x equals x. It just takes its input and gives it as the output. Okay, so I hope that's given you a little sense of what these things called matrices are. They're just an array of numbers fundamentally, but what they can be used to do is model transformations, and they act on points. Over the next few videos, we're just going to develop all of the toolbox of skills that we need to work with matrices. That's how do we add them together, how do we multiply them, how do we do all sorts of things with them. So see you in the next video where we get going with that.